I'm Megan Judd. Together with my husband Adam, we own Metropolis Real Estate Solutions, a full-service boutique brokerage and appraisal company right here in Central Florida. I've been appraising residential properties for over 25 years, and while I love working with our clients and the general public, my passion lies in education. Hey there, it is Megan. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a whole laundry list of things that I wanted to talk about. However, I'm going to pick off the very first primary topic that wound up coming up yesterday in kind of a lunch and learn series that I attended that I feel like didn't quite get the answer that it deserved. So I used to teach those lunch and learns all the time around town, but it turned out that it just didn't seem to be enough time to really give the great questions the solid answers that they deserved. And you know, certainly those things are free, and so you wouldn't expect to get you know, a whole lot of value out of them, but I just don't feel that way. I feel like if people are coming and taking time out of their day to attend something like that, they have tons of questions. Realtors always ask fantastic questions that are relevant and that are important, and they don't always get the answers that they deserve. And I did teach for a long time, or I've over the course of several years have taught several different courses at our Orlando Regional Realtor Association. I kind of wish they'd put me on staff and have me doing it all the time, because they are able to give me bigger chunks of time, usually a full day at 6 hours or so, to go over some of these concepts. So, but now I'm just going to do it right here because I want you guys to have access to it and have it. So the question that arose yesterday was, somebody asked the gentleman who was giving the lecture. Now he was out of California, number one, and he worked for a bank. He was like the senior appraiser for a bank. And so I don't know where the misstep was, but or why, but an agent asked a really great question. So you know that I'm in Orlando, and we have, especially like near the attractions, lots of properties that have accessory units, so garage apartments, things like that. They help with additional income, and then usually in older cities, bigger cities, there's lots of garage apartment use. But anyway, her question was, if an accessory dwelling is finished in very good quality and condition, can it be considered as living area? And he got the first part of this correct. The answer is no. Fannie Mae, and for those of you who don't know, Fannie Mae pretty much writes all of the lending law that everybody else falls in line behind. So Fannie Mae does the research, Fannie Mae has the meetings, Fannie Mae votes on them, and Fannie Mae writes the rules and the laws. And those overwrite all federally regulated transactions in the United States. So Fannie Mae defines living area as only that is within the contiguous main structure of the house that is completely finished and above grade. So if it is detached in any way, shape, or form, or attached by a breezeway, if you have to exit the building to get to it, it is not living area. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't contribute a lot, if not even the same as the living area. It just means that we have to segregate that out. So another thing that this gentleman said was that, he just made a very blanket statement. They're only worth $1,000 to $2,000. Well, that really just depends on where you are. There are neighborhoods here in Orlando that are very, very hot neighborhoods, and you can get an incredible rental income from a garage apartment. Or there's areas in the country where you have a lot of retirees and you need a mother-in-law suite. Some people are willing to pay quite a lot for that improvement. And it may not always be as much as the same contribution as a bedroom or bathroom in the main part of the house, but we've already been through this before. This is actually a topic we discuss here in Appraisal Basics all the time. There was a realtor I upset very much one time because I followed the rules, and there was a one bedroom, one bath, guest quarters. The home was a courtyard floor plan. You walked in through a front door that felt like a solid front door, and you walked in and you were in a big courtyard, and there was a pool to the center, and then you had a guest quarters to the right, and all connected by breezeway. then you had a house. Well, this was very poorly planned because it was a huge house and it only had 2 bedrooms. And so the 3rd bedroom needed to be, I mean, for all intents and purposes, for marketing, for appraisal, for everything, they were calling that little cabana a bedroom and a bathroom and wrapping that square footage back up into the house. And we just can't do that. Fannie Mae will not allow it. So a lot of times we see it with garage apartments, like I said, in older parts of town. You know, it's definitely usable utility. And so what we have to do to determine how much it contributes, and this is going to be the same answer I give you to all questions as to what something is worth. What we do is we have to find it demonstrated out in the market somewhere and then extract out how much that feature weighed into the purchase price of the sale of that property. That is the answer to all questions of what is X worth. We have to find it in the market. We have to see how much it contributed to the sale of that property, and then it would make sense that that's how much it would contribute to this particular property. I'm actually doing an appraisal right now for a property in the Claremont area. Claremont is a very hilly area of Florida. Believe it or not, it exists. We have hills. And this house is actually on a lake, so the property slopes very steeply towards the water. And this house has a giant basement. The basement is, from a utility standpoint, part of the living area of the house. You walk in on one level, and on that level you have a living room, family room, kitchen, dining room, master bedroom, and bathroom suite. Then you go downstairs, and when you walk in on that main level, you see straight ahead of you, the back is all glass and it drops. And so when you come in at street level in the foyer, you get in and see that a second floor appears below you. And so that down there is a whole nother 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a rec room. And so from inside the house, you have full access out back from either the top floor or the bottom floor. However, Fannie Mae does not consider any portion of living area that is below grade to be considered living area. So because the back end of that basement level towards the street is below ground level, I cannot consider it living area. Now, I fully anticipate I will be giving it the exact same credits as living area. I'm going to consider it as usable, as utilitarian. And so it's not going to necessarily be a knock to the value, but it makes things more complicated. It's going to be separated out. The living area is going to be reported as like 1,000 square feet, and then I'm going to have a basement of 2,000 square feet. And so I'm just going to adjust it the same way that I would against a house that was all together on one level, 3,000 square feet. So I hope that helps. That's a very, very common question. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me messages down below. I always check them. And stay tuned for more videos. I like doing this, so I'm going to do some more. So talk to you soon.